All right, so listen here, all right. For those people that are on SR, you're not alone. This is a hard journey. Like, people don't understand how hard this is. Like, abstaining from a pleasure-based life is the most hardest thing someone can ever do. And I don't think anybody really realizes that. A lot of people downplay this. I was talking to my friend earlier. Basically he was just telling me, oh, why are you doing this practice? Oh, do you like men? I told him straight up, like, I'm not where I want to be. And I've lived almost my whole entire life basically just pleasure-based, and there was something I needed to resolve within me, and people were looking at me like I'm crazy. People were always looking at me like I'm crazy. Ever since I was a little kid, it's always happened to me. People always looked at me like the odd one out, and I like being the odd one out, to be honest. That's why I was always into these different, unique ideologies, something to believe in, because a lot of people believe in this system. I believe in the other system, and most of the time I was the only one really believing in that system. So that's why I was always the outcast. And it's never a bad idea to be an outcast, because then you're away from all the bullshit. You're away from all the drama. And what's funny to me is when you don't agree with somebody, they're so quick to like shut you off. It doesn't matter what you have to say. That goes with literally anything, because I experienced that today. So I had to make this video because, you telling something that could help somebody, they don't really want to be helped, honestly. I really think that people say different things, but they don't mean it. What comes out someone's mouth, they're just really just entertaining it. Because a lot of people love entertainment. Who doesn't love entertainment? I love entertainment. But I'm kind of getting a little sidetracked. I wanted to get to the main point, right? The main point of it is you're going to be looked at as a weirdo for practicing something that's important, that every dude should be practicing. But nobody wants to speak out on this. Everybody wants to keep quiet. Everyone wants to keep their mouth shut. And the crazy part is people are not going to look at you the same. Once you start this journey, people are not going to look at you the same. Believe it or not, your friends want you to fail on this journey. So they're going to do everything in their power. They're going to tell you, oh, you see that girl over there? Go here, get her a snap. Oh, you see that girl over there? Go get her Instagram. You're really not like that? Oh, you're really not a part of this journey? You can't hold your seat for a year. You can't hold your seat for 2 months. Because I can't do it, that means you can't. They're not going to tell you that, but they're going to basically indirect that. They're not going to tell you directly, but they're just going to hit you with like subliminal shots. But the thing is, you need to learn how to be alone, because you're going to be alone. Once you really, talk about SR, you're going to be alone, trust me. Nobody is going to want to hang out with you, because they're like, why isn't this dude engaging in pleasure? Why isn't this dude phased? And that's another thing, being phased. You're not going to be phased no more. What your parents tell you to clean up your room, you're going to be like, all right. Or you might not even say anything. You might just go do it. That's just how SR is. And that's the funny part, that a lot of people are talking about it, but they're not doing it. You could really tell who's doing it, who is not. And some people are not transparent. Some people go their whole journey without being transparent. They effed up, but they're not going to admit it because they don't want to lose subscribers. But let me tell you something. Subscribers don't pay any money. On YouTube, it's someone else's platform. They get half of that percent. So it doesn't matter who pays you anything. If someone pays you on live, that money, YouTube's going to take half of that. So you can't really say, oh, this is my platform. It's not your platform. You didn't make the platform. If you want to talk about SR, I'm going to be honest, go start a Patreon. Go do something else, because just doing mainly YouTube, it's not going to cut it, because YouTube doesn't like this type of content. And I understand it from a business point of view, because if you have a company, right, and you want consumers to keep coming back for more, you're gonna do everything in your power for them to keep coming back for more. It makes sense. And what do humans like the most? Entertainment. It makes sense. I'm not gonna lie. If I was a creator of a company and I made, it was $1 billion company, I'd follow the same route, to be honest. And aside from YouTube, like if your main goal is to make money, do that on Patreon. Like Patreon is your best bet, because YouTube, it's weird. Like the views, the count, YouTube subscribers count, it's weird. Like it's so off, dude. So if your main goal is to like really like make money, I advise you just to don't even continue with YouTube, or do it, but do it like once or twice a week, because you really don't want to be doing it every single day. You put your blood, sweat, and tears into YouTube. It's not gonna work out. It's really not gonna work out. Because sometimes you're gonna make money, sometimes you're not gonna make money. And they have this also weird thing where you have different strikes. So if you say something that YouTube doesn't like, you better bet that they're gonna take your channel down. You get 3 strikes, but still, I know some people that got 1 strike and YouTube started deleting a few of their videos here and there, and they didn't notice it until a few weeks later. So honestly, my point is I just wanted to upload like these videos, man. I don't care who watches it. I don't care if I get 1,000 views. I don't care if I get 200. Bro, you gotta stay strong on the SR journey. That's a part of, this pain and suffering. All this pain and suffering built inside you. You gotta transmute it, because that's another thing. Just being on this journey is not gonna cut it. You gotta do something, bro. Whether it's doing some push-ups or, helping out around the house, or you're playing basketball, you gotta do something to try to transfer this energy, bro. Everything has to be transferred. It can't just sit, because if something sits, it's gonna take up occupied space. You're not gonna be using it for anything good. There's a certain quote that somebody said, and I don't really remember it, but it was something like philosophical. I don't really know what it was, but it was a really good quote. Talking about how something about energy and stuff like that. But I kind of blanked out right now. I don't really know what it is, but regardless, bro, you guys gotta stay strong, bro. We all going through this together. We're not doing this because it's a trend. We're not doing this because some people told us to, and now we're just doing this because we're doing it for money. But I'm not doing it for money, and you shouldn't too. If you're starting this, you should do it because you want to, bro. You want to document. This is a documentary. Don't see this as like an entertaining video. Nah, see this as a documentary, bro. And I'm gonna still upload, variety of videos, not just this. I just don't want this to fill up all my content, because I made a lot of videos, but I'm not the type of person to upload every day, because, man, I got life. I got things to do, right? Some people, they have that kind of time, and, hey, that's cool. Good for them. But I don't really have that kind of time, so I'm going to upload whenever I want, whether it's once every week, once every 2 weeks, once every 2 days. Doesn't matter, bro. At the end of the day, look, you should really just focus in and just, check up on yourself all the time, because people say, oh yeah, I'm going to check up on him. I'm going to check up on her. Yeah, that's cool. But now it's getting to the point where people see through that. People see that like, oh, okay, they're just checking up on me just because they feel bad about me, or, they don't want me to feel left out or anything. So nowadays, sometimes checking up on people, it might do more harm than good, believe it or not. So you just got to be careful, the type of people that you associate with, the people, even I hang out with today. I'm not perfect. I'm hanging out with a group of people that don't practice what I practice, but we have other similar interests, of course, but they just don't really practice what I practice. We don't see eye to eye on that subject, but that's totally fine, as long as, everything else, fits in line. Everything else fits with your morals and standards, bro. That's all that matters. You can disagree with us a few times with different people, That's normal. People act like that's something that's like terrible. Oh, if I disagree with you, then I can't mess with you. But that's not true. Because this journey, you're going to go through all types of stuff. The only thing is going to be peaches and rainbows. It's not going to be peaches and rainbows. But I just wanted to upload this video real quick, telling you guys, you know, stay strong, keep going.